Hi there, my name is Anastasiia Yamkova. I'm game release lead at Innovecs, and I'm working in gaming department. And actually, I have been in gambling for more than 7 years. And most part of my experience is related to release and project management and owning all stages of project lifecycle. And as you actually, I guess, know, Innovecs is a global company, and we have large offices in Ukraine, operating in Kiev and Nikolaev. And on the first slide, you could see Kiev before the start of war. And also we have new offices around the world. For example, the latest are located in Colombia and Poland. And now our company provides huge support for every specialist. And I'm talking about the time before, even before the war. And the main value of our company is people and actually safety of every specialist. Here at Innovecs, we have a huge number of involved volunteers, and also Innoveksers have joined in Armed Forces of Ukraine. And at least from my project, I know 5 specialists who are now protecting our families and land. And I guess every specialist and every Ukrainian is thankful and proud of our guys. But actually, my lecture is not about myself or even about my company. This is more about what happened in Ukraine, what's happening now. And as you know, on the morning of 24th of February, Putin announced that Russia initiated a special military operation in the Donbass. But actually, it was a war, and I guess one of the Russia propaganda and criminals call it in other ways. And Russia launched a full-scale invasion into Ukraine, and they are killing children, murdering civilians, destroying our cities and buildings. We have already seen the situation in Bucha and Irpin, which are located in a few kilometers from Kiev. And the road to Kiev passing by these towns is literally packed, with damaged Russian tanks and armed bicycles. Bucha was occupied by the Russian occupation troops at the end of February. And as the advance on Kiev failed, the Russian military dug and remained in the suburbs of the Ukraine capital until at least of the end of March. And in early April, Russian troops were driven out by Ukrainians, and a terrible picture of massacres of civilians has opened up to all world, and some people were executed. They turned their hands and shot them in the right in half. And it sounds and looks like a horrible movie, but now it's our reality. And among the dead are small children. I will share like few photos, but I hope that everyone have already realized that it's real genocide of Ukrainians. And more than 500 civilians have been found dead in Bucha and Irpin so far. This is a war crime of Russian army and cruelty the world has not been seen, I guess, since the World War II. So could you imagine what the horrible is? And many bodies were found mutilated and burned, and girls as young as 14 reported being raped by Russian soldiers. And Ukraine has asked the International Criminal Court to investigate what happened in Bucha and Irpin as part of its ongoing investigation and invasion, in order to determine whether the series of Russian war crimes or crimes against humanity were committed. And Russian authorities have denied responsibility and instead claimed that Ukraine faked footage of the event or staged the killings itself as a false flag operation, and have described footage of photographs of dead bodies of as fake news from the West, a provocation or staged performance by Ukrainian authorities. But we all know that it's not true. These stories have been characterized as false by several groups and media organizations. Actually, I guess Ukraine has proved that our militaries are the strongest army in the world. I guess maybe second strongest after the United States. And we are not talking about numbers. We are talking about in terms of the battle experience and capacity to fight. The Ukrainians have shown that even in conventional war between states, a smaller force can engage the conventional forces of a larger and more technologically advanced enemy and fight them and stand still. We have also reminded everyone that the American military, with its lavish logistical support and ability to dominate the air war and electronic battlefield, is unusual. I'm pretty sure that in 2022, the European Union will recognize Ukraine as a candidate state and will start negotiation on our accession. It will open a long road with plenty of reforms needed, but that will be our job, and we will do it. Just give us a chance. You need it the same ways as we do, I guess, and it's only way to stop Putin, because the goal of Putin actions in Ukraine is to prevent us from joining the European Union and NATO. He will not stop harming Ukraine, I guess, and destroying European security until we get there. So the sooner the European Union will realize this, the better for Europe. And at long last, we deserve it, I guess. Ukrainians have proved by deeds that we are Europeans. We are only nation fighting for its European future. And I guess our guys and our armed forces team will make all possible to get our freedom back. So I guess that's all for today. Thank you for your consideration, and Slava Ukraini.